Hello there, Science Kids! Welcome sa ating new episode ng Grade 4 Science Learning Activities. Handa na ba kayo para sa ating panibagong lesson para sa second quarter? My name is Teacher Larissa at narito na ang ating new episode para sa Grade 4 Science Activities. In our last science episode, you have learned about the major organs of our body. Each organ has their corresponding functions and organ systems that work together in order for us to do our daily activities. For a quick review, can you identify which of the following is the corresponding function of these organs? Comment down your answers below this video. Before we proceed to our new lesson for this episode, let us first unlock the different terminologies that you need in understanding this science concept. Number 1 is injury. Injury means harm or damage. It is an act or event that causes someone or something to no longer be fully healthy or in good condition. Or in Tagalog, ang injury ay isang pinsala na bunga ng isang pangyayari na nagdudulot ng hindi magandang kondisyon sa ating katawan. Number 2 is disease. Disease is an illness that affects a person, animal, or plant. It is a condition that prevents our body or mind from working normally. Or in Tagalog, ang disease o sakit ay isang karamdaman na nakakaapekto sa tao, hayop o halaman. Ito ay isang kondisyon kung saan humahadlang sa ating katawan at utak mula sa pagkilos ng maayos. Ang ating mga organ ay nagtutulong-tulong upang tayo ay makalakad, makatakbo at makagawa ng iba pang gawain. Ang isang organ ay hindi sapat upang tayo ay makagalaw at makagawa ng ating pang-araw-araw na gawain. Kinakailangan ito ng tulong ng iba pang organ sa ating katawan upang tayo ay makakilos ng maayos. For an instance, we need all our major organs to do a certain activity. We need to breathe in oxygen through our nose down to our lungs for cellular respiration. We need our heart to pump blood containing oxygen to the different parts of our body. We need to digest food that we eat for us to have a source of energy in doing an activity. We need our bones and muscles for us to be able to move. We need to eliminate unnecessary waste to prevent damage to our body. And of course, we need our brain to control our body in doing all these things every day. Science Learning Episode: How do organs work together? Common diseases of major organs and how to take good care of our body. Let us examine the following scenarios that we do at home during the pandemic and explain how do these organs work together during these activities. Write down your answers on your notebook. What do you think will happen if we do not take good care of our body? Are you eating the right kind of food needed by your body? Our bones are strong and hard, but sometimes they get injured due to a bad fall or accident. Now, let us discuss some of the common bone and muscle injuries.
Here are some common bone and muscle injuries. Number 1 is fracture. Fracture is a break in the bone. In Tagalog, ito ay bali sa buto. Karaniwan itong nakukuha sa pagkahulog, pagkabangga sa isang matigas na bagay, o isang aksidente. Next is dislocation. It occurs when a bone in a joint is displaced or has moved out of its proper position. Ito ay nangyayari sa ating joint o dugtungan ng ating buto. Ito ay ang pagkawala ng ating buto sa tamang posisyon dulot ng contact sports o di kaya naman ay maling pagkabagsak o aksidente. Next is sprain. It is an injury to a ligament caused by excessive stretching. It brings so much pain and swelling in the injured part. Ito ay kadalasang nangyayari dahil sa sobrang pagkabatak ng ating muscle. Ang ating ligament ay namamaga at nakapagdudulot ng sobrang pananakit sa napinsalang bahagi ng ating katawan. Number 4 is cramp. It is a strong muscle contraction that can be very painful, lasting for a few minutes, but massaging the muscles can often relieve pain. Ito ay ang pamimitig ng ating kalamnan. Kadalasan itong nangyayari sa loob ng ilang segundo o minuto at kadalasang naaalis sa pamamagitan ng marahang pagmamasahe sa ating kalamnan. Lastly, we have bruise. Muscle becomes black or blue due to blood clot when you get hit or when you bump into something hard. Ang galos ay nagdudulot ng pasa na karaniwang nangyayari tuwing tayo ay napapahampas, pinalo o nabangga sa isang matigas na bagay. Now, let us discuss some of the common bone diseases. Number 1 is osteoporosis. It is a common disorder caused by the thinning and weakening of bones usually experienced by elderly people. The bones become brittle and weak. Ito ay karaniwang sakit ng buto dulot ng pagnipis at paghuna ng ating buto. Kadalasan itong nararanasan ng matatanda. Ang mga buto ay nagiging malutong at mahuna. This can be prevented by having regular exercise and eating food rich in calcium such as milk, cheese, and other dairy products. Shellfish and green leafy vegetables can also prevent osteoporosis. Ito ay maaaring iwasan sa pamamagitan ng regular na pag-ehersisyo at pagkain ng mga pagkaing mayaman sa calcium tulad ng gatas, keso at iba pang dairy product. Ang mga shellfish at maberdeng gulay ay nakakatulong din upang maiwasan ito. Number 2 is arthritis. It is a common joint disorder characterized by inflammation of the fingers and joints of the body. It may occur to people of all ages but it is commonly observed in older people. Ito ay karaniwang sakit ng ating joint kung saan nagkakaroon ng pamamaga sa dugtungan ng mga buto, partikular sa ating mga daliri. Ito ay walang pinipiling edad subalit madalas na nararanasan ng mga matatanda. Next is rickets. It is a bone condition caused by a deficiency in vitamin D usually observed in children. Person with rickets have very weak bones causing bone deformation. Ito ay isang kondisyon sa buto dulot ng kakulangan sa vitamin D. Ito ay kadalasang nararanasan ng mga bata. Ang mga taong apektado nito ay may mahunang buto at wala sa porma ang kanilang mga buto. Lastly, we have polio. It is an acute infection caused by a virus that attacks the nerve cells of the brain and spinal cord resulting to paralysis. Ang polio ay isang sakit na dulot ng isang virus na umaatake sa nerve cells ng utak at spinal cord na nagdudulot ng pagkaparalisa. Now, let us talk about common ailments related to digestion. Number 1 is ulcer or hyperacidity. It is caused by not eating on time and too much intake of acidic drinks and food. Ang ulcer o hyperacidity ay dulot ng hindi pagkain sa tamang oras at labis na pagkonsumo ng acidic na inumin at pagkain. Number 2 is diarrhea. It is the frequent moving of the bowel with watery stool. Ang pagdudumi ay madalas na pagdumi ng matubig dulot ng marumi o sirang pagkain. Number 3 is constipation. It is a difficult elimination of dry or hard stool or feces. Ito ay ang hirap sa pagdumi dulot ng kakulangan sa pag-inom ng tubig at pagkain ng mga pagkaing mayaman sa fiber. Number 4 is appendicitis. It is an inflammation of the appendix caused by irritation from undigested food that may block it. Ang appendicitis ay dulot ng pamamaga ng appendix na bunga ng iritasyon o pagpipigil ng dumi. Next is indigestion. It is caused by too much or rapid eating or drinking. Tayo ay kadalasang hindi natutunawan dulot ng pagmamadali sa pagkain o pag-inom at sobrang pagkain. Lastly, we have gastroenteritis. It is caused by bacterial infection from taking contaminated food and water. Ang gastroenteritis ay dulot ng bacterial infection mula sa pagkain ng sira o maruming pagkain at tubig. Now, let us move forward to the discussion of some common lung ailments. Number 1 is asthma. Asthma is a condition where a person experiences difficulty in breathing. Or in Tagalog, ang hika ay isang kondisyon kung saan nahihirapang huminga ang taong mayroon nito. Number 2 is rhinitis. Rhinitis is characterized by sneezing, nasal discharge, and itchiness in the nasal passage. Ang rhinitis ay ang madalas na pagbahing, pagkakaroon ng sipon at pangangati ng ilong. Number 3 is bronchitis. It is characterized by persistent coughing and sometimes fever. Ang bronchitis ay ang pagkakaroon ng ubo at lagnat. Number 4 is pneumonia. It is an inflammation of the lungs. A person with pneumonia has a cough that produces a yellow-green phlegm. Other symptoms include fever, accompanied by chills, shortness of breath, sweating, spitting of blood, and increased production of sputum. This is a serious disease and the patient must consult a doctor immediately. Ito ay ang pamamaga ng baga. Ang taong mayroon nito ay nakakaranas ng pag-ubo na naglalabas ng yellow-green na plema, lagnat, pangangaligkig, hirap sa paghinga, pagpapawis, maraming plema na may kasamang dugo. Ito ay isang seryosong sakit na nangangailangan ng atensyong medikal. Next, we have colds. It is marked by sneezing, runny nose, coughing, sore throat, and sometimes fever and headache. Ang taong may sipon ay karaniwang nakararanas ng pagbahing, ubo, pananakit ng lalamunan at kung minsan ay may lagnat at pananakit ng ulo. Next is tuberculosis. It is an acute or chronic infectious disease of the lungs. It is a highly communicable disease. Ang TB ay isang nakakahawang sakit sa baga. Ito rin ay nangangailangan ng agarang atensyon ng mga doktor. Lastly, we have lung cancer. It develops in response to prolonged exposure to irritants like tobacco smoke. Ang cancer sa baga ay dulot ng matagal na pagkakaroon ng exposure sa usok ng sigarilyo. Now, let us discuss some of the common heart ailments. Number 1 is high blood pressure or hypertension. It is characterized by a sudden rise of blood pressure. Ang high blood pressure or hypertension ay ang biglang pagtaas ng bugso ng dugo sa ating katawan. Number 2 is anemia. It is characterized by the blood's inability to produce enough hemoglobin, the oxygen-carrying pigment of the red blood cells. Ang anemia ay ang kakulangang mag-produce ng sapat na hemoglobin ng red blood cells na kinakailangan sa pagsusupply ng oxygen sa ating katawan. Number 3 is leukemia. It occurs when there is an increase in white blood cell count. Ang leukemia ay ang pagkakaroon ng mas maraming white blood cells sa ating dugo. Number 4 is heart attack. It occurs when blood clot or fat get lodged in blood vessels which blocks the passage of blood to the heart. Ang atake sa puso ay dulot ng pagbabara sa daluyan ng dugo papuntang puso, bunga ng taba o namuong dugo. Lastly, we have rheumatic fever. It is a complication of a throat infection. Ang rheumatic fever ay isang komplikasyon dulot ng impeksyon sa lalamunan. Now, let us move forward to the discussion of some common diseases of kidneys. Number 1 is nephritis. It is an inflammation of some parts of the kidneys, reducing its ability to filter blood. Ang nephritis ay ang pamamaga sa bato na nagpapababa ng kakayanan nito na magsala ng dumi mula sa ating dugo. Number 2 is kidney stones. It is also known as renal calculi, or it is composed of calcium and waste products containing nitrogen. Ang bato sa bato ay dulot ng labis na pagkain ng mga pagkaing mataas ang oxalate at hindi sapat na pag-inom ng tubig. Number 3 is urinary tract infection or UTI. It is an inflammation of any part of the urinary tract due to bacterial infection. Ang UTI ay ang pamamaga sa ilang bahagi ng ating pang-ihi dulot ng bakterya sa ating ari. Lastly, we have hematuria. It is the presence of blood in the urine caused by infection. Ang hematuria ay ang pagkakaroon ng dugo sa ating ihi dulot ng impeksyon.
Balanced diet is one of the keys to maintain a healthy body. Healthy body means that all our organs are working properly. Here are some of the examples of healthy meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can also do your own meal plan guided by this table. Here are the key points of our lesson for today. Number 1, our organs work together in order for us to do certain activities. Number 2, we should take good care of our body to avoid diseases and ailments. Number 3, eat a balanced diet. Number 4, exercise daily. Number 5, avoid harmful substances like alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Number 6, get enough rest. Number 7, have a positive outlook in life. Number 8, drink 8 to 10 glasses of water daily. And number 9, keep your surroundings clean. That's it, Science Kids! I hope you learned something new in our episode for today. If you like this video, do not forget to hit like and subscribe for our upcoming videos. You can also follow me on my different social media accounts for more updates. See you again next week. Bye-bye!